Hello there, everyone. We have some hot new political news, which no one really cares about, and I probably shouldn't be making content on. But before we get into that, special thank you to the fleet captains, the backers, and supporters of this channel, and viewers like you. So let's get right into it, shall we? So if you guys haven't heard the news, I'm pretty sure everyone has. Hunter Biden has been pardoned by his dad, Joe Biden. So, of course, here's just some memes. No one is above the law, Jack. Come on, Dad, we only say that to the peasants. So, it's pretty much, and of course, Joe Biden here, no one is above the law, and it's just so rich to see their hypocrisy on full display, the left. But I'm going to have a unique, different opinion that's probably going to piss everyone off on this. So here we go. And before I start with my opinion, I know Hunter Biden is an alleged, like his laptop, there's some pretty sick, fucked up stuff on there. And Hunter Biden, by all means, deserves what's coming to him 1000%. And, you know, he may escape justice in this world for temporarily, but in the next one, he's going to get what's coming to him. If you guys don't know, he's allegedly involved with some shit with children, if you get my drift. So with that said, the reason the pardon exists is to protect people from future persecution from politics. And I'm going to be fair here. The first thing Trump should do, and the first thing Trump ran on, was to pardon the J6ers. And they deserve to be pardoned, and they deserve to be free. They don't, in the United States, no one deserves to be a political prisoner, to be held without due process. So I hope the first thing Trump does is pardon all the J6ers, for one. And two, the next thing Trump should do is pardon all of his sons. Because what the left is going to do after his 4-year term, they're going to be looking to persecute him and his sons. So this pardoning tool is kind of to protect the president and his family from undue process persecution. But of course, you know, some presidents use it to skirt the law and justice. And that's something that needs to be looked into for future references, for future constitutionality and, you know, shit like that. So yeah, this means Hunter Biden's gonna skirt on the gun charge, and the charge the transporting prostitutes across state lines. So he's clear of all federal charges, but this isn't gonna clear the state charges. So there's still a chance that Hunter Biden could face justice for some state shit. But that remains to be seen. I don't think anyone, these left-leaning judges are going to persecute Hunter Biden, or prosecute rather Hunter Biden, because they're all part of the same group. Well, why would you, right? So let's go to the next one. So here's Harry Sisson. If you remember this little F slur.
This is like number one.
If you remember this little F slur and his friend were doing like little political videos and trying to, drum up support by attacking Trump 24/7. So here he is. Hey, Donald, nobody's above the law in the United States. And then, of course, he says, without skipping a beat, of course, this is later in the year, President Biden has officially pardoned his son, Hunter Biden. His full statement is below. I fully agree with this decision. Well, see, so this is where it's funny. This is where the hypocrisy is just so fucking thick. I'm getting diabetes in my feet. I literally can't feel my fucking feet right now because the irony is so the party of no one is above the law is applauding Hunter Biden being pardoned. And we all know what kind of disgusting shit we've heard about that's on his laptop. So he's skirting on some pretty big charges. And Hunter Biden deserves I gotta be careful with what I say here, but Hunter Biden deserves the full extent of the law and more for some of the shit he's been alleged to be involved in, like 100%. Then again, this whole pardon thing exists and is being exploited for a father to protect his son. And again, there's a lot of commenters that are pissed off, justifiably so. I mean, I'm pretty tilted at this as well. But Trump needs to do the same with his sons and his family, because there's going to be leftist judges and leftist extremists that are going to be going after Trump and his children. So Trump needs to follow suit here. There is, Mr. President Donald Trump, not like anyone would come across this and see this and relay this message, but you need to pardon your sons as well. Pardon them ahead of time. Pardon them as soon as you can. Or just have that in the back of your mind to pardon your sons as well, because these leftist judges and this leftist, the deep state, they're going to come after your family hard, because this was supposed to be their time, Mr. President. This was supposed to be their time to essentially enslave the other half of the United States under the New World Order regime, and they haven't forgotten that. So, Mr. President, the deep state, these leftist judges and leftists are going to come after you hard. So just keep in mind, if in the future, if you get a chance to leave office, pardon your sons, because they are not going to show the same level of moral dedication to not pardon your sons. This is a field in which, Mr. President, that you should use the same tactics as your enemy. You don't get bonus points. You don't get additional karma for not pardoning your sons and protecting your children and your family. So Donald Trump, Mr. President, you have to later on down the road pardon your sons as well, because they're going to need that protection in the years to come, and even under your presidency, because we've even heard shit about liberal senators and liberal politicians wanting to create a shadow government. So, and if that isn't fucking sedition against the United States, I don't know what is. If a political party is breaking off and making shadow governments without the law and demand of the people, regardless, I mean, can you imagine if Republicans were doing this shit, right? The left, they'd be writing up like prosecutions. They'd be bringing up charges on fucking sedition and treason. And that's what this whole shadow government shit is with some of these politicians. But at the end of the day, Mr. President, you need to be ready to pardon your sons. You have to play by the rules. If they're slinging mud and pardoning, if Biden is going to pardon his fucked up, degenerate, crack smoking son, then you have to defend your children as well. Even though some of, your righteous and astute children, they'll find something. They'll worm their way through thousands of years, or not thousands, decades history attacks to try and get them. You've already experienced this. So, Mr. Trump, Mr. President, be prepared to pardon your sons. I can't emphasize this enough, because these people, you're going to have to play the same game by their rules. So don't give them an opportunity. Do not give them a chance. Let's use this as a metaphor, and make sure you have your shields up and your armors like form-fitting, because they're going to find a way to try and get to you. But other than that, with pardons, pardons originally were meant to protect the president's family from undue political retribution. It wasn't exactly originally designed for presidents to get their sons off like federal charges and crimes, but here we are. And to wrap the section up, Trump has to protect his children as too and ready pardons for his sons. And you're not going to get any added karmic or moral or righteous benefit if you play the high road. Because if you play the high road, you're exposing yourself to a ruthless enemy that is the deep state and the left. So this next clip, we have, I forgot this eye patch pirate. Isn't it funny how that works? Dan Crenshaw. So Dan Crenshaw is this war hawk. He's been wanting to go to war for the last 10 years. This guy has a permanent. Now, with all, I'll say, thank you, Dan Crenshaw, for your service of being a Navy SEAL. But I think you've literally gone war wacky, my dude. You've got some kind of mental disorder where you constantly want war and violence, and you want to put people's sons and children in harm's way in combat. And you're kind of like some kind of esoteric war goblin, like George Bush. and George Bush Sr. But anyways, what's this clip about instead of getting on to a side rant there?
Stocks.
Yeah, I mean, this is like number 1,000 on my priority list of things to care about. This is one of those stupid things that I've been dragged through the mud on. You know how much fucking money I've ever had in the stock market? About $20,000. And yet
that $20,000 has 100% it. So he's made $40,000 allegedly with his investments. Now, senators shouldn't be allowed to use the stock market while they're in place of power because they can essentially insider trade. They can enrich themselves. They can be influenced by corporations, companies, think tanks, and lobbyists. So they can be influenced with law and money and how to vote a certain way if they're given stock options. So what these people are saying is that senators shouldn't be able to trade while they're in office and while they're serving the American people because money influences their decisions and how they vote. So that's the only thing these people are saying. And this dipshit Dan Crenshaw is taking as, oh, I should be able to make money. I should. Well, essentially, yes. If you're serving the people, you shouldn't be leaving this Senate and Congress multi-million dollars richer. That should just be a given. But let's keep going.
I've been dragged through the mud on this as if like there's some insider trading. I had to send a letter to Fox News, demand, a threatening letter from my lawyers, threatening them with defamation because Jesse Waters had basically insinuated that I was insider trading.
You probably are. I mean, if you've 100 times your $20,000, that seems kind of insider trading to me, in my opinion, because I've been trying the stock market myself, of course, with very low amounts of money. Like right now, I got like $14. it's minuscule, and I'm already down 1.31%. I actually sold most of my stocks earlier today because I was just taking too bad a hit on the small amount of money I have. And so when you're 100 timesing, like 100%, stocks usually don't soar that high. And again, I'm very noobish when it comes to the stock market. I barely know jack and fuck all. But if you're 100 timesing your $20,000 like that, that seems kind of suspect to me. But let's continue.
Of course, it's not true. You'd be more surprised how much little information we have. This is one of those bills that, like, of course, yeah, people support it. Yeah, sure, okay. Who cares? Because I don't have I barely have anything in the market anyway.
$20,000 is kind of, I mean, my opinion, kind of considerable. But okay.
Are there a couple cases like wherein Nancy Pelosi has some very suspicious timing of her trades?
So it's an ETTemplar Grift mid-roll ad. Hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. This channel will remain to never be monetized. There will be no ads from YouTube, no fucking annoying 30-second ads, and we're not really going to do anything with memberships. So self-funded by viewers like you. Links in the description down below if you feel like it or feeling charitable. If not, that's a-okay too. Enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks again. Alrighty.
But nobody else can point any other examples out. So sure, yeah, why not? Don't let us trade stocks. How about we'll just keep whipping ourselves. How about we don't make any money either?
Yeah, that sounds like a plan, because when you guys are in power and you have that amount of power, you shouldn't be leveraging your positions of power to make fucking money. You're supposed to serve the American people. You're supposed to just go to work, pass the bills, vote on legislation, and decide what to do with our country. You shouldn't be there also leveraging your position of power to make fucking money, Dan Crenshaw. But then again, this is like all senators, right? This is a plight that has infested and cursed every republic since the dawn of time. You look at Rome, and same thing there. You had senators that were, corrupt sons of bitches, and Dan Crenshaw's no different. And he's, oh, let's whip ourselves not making money. Yes, you shouldn't be making any money.
How about like just cut our paychecks?
Actually, yeah, you should, because the American people are suffering, and if we're suffering, you should too, because you're our representatives.
We haven't gotten a pay raise since 2008.
I ain't gotten a pay raise since 2008. Okay, Chief. Oh, poor man. You have positions of power in government. You haven't got any pay raise. Well, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. Since 2008, let's fact check that right now. Really been no pay raise for Senate Congress since 2008. If he's a senator, let's see how much. So if it's Senator Dan Crenshaw, members of the U.S. House of Representatives make $174,000 a year government paid salary. Set in 2009 reflects $4,700 pay bump from 2008. So in that 2008, they got $4,700 pay increase. So they're doing all right. By comparison, both chambers receive $193,000. Speaker receives $223,500 annually. So they're doing all right. And if you're getting that much money, again, you shouldn't be allowed to leverage your positions of power to make more money with companies, corporations, and lobbyists. So that's where he's kind of full of shit. I bet there's been pay increases since 2008. And even then, in that say, oh, I've got pay raise since 2008, it was a considerable amount. Again, let's to rephrase that or re-go over that. So they got $4,700 pay increase in 2008. 4,000. Can you imagine what a difference that would make in our lives if we got a $4,700 pay raise? That would essentially change our lives. But anyways,
even a COLA increase. So, yeah, no, actually, no, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's make Congress a place where only the millionaires can actually afford to do the job.
That's not what anyone's saying. So here, Dan Crenshaw is using the straw man fucking argument.
This is a wonderful idea. Let's just keep doing that, because and then some it's always some.
Let's look up the net worth of Dan Crenshaw. So a guy who says he doesn't have any money, right? You know how we talk about the 20,000 with a 100% increase to $40,000. His top assets now are at $1,500,000. So when he's complaining about, oh, only some millionaires, he's a millionaire himself. He's got $1,500,000 in assets. He's got $750,000 in 115JST. I don't know what the hell that is. Across the internet, he's worth $16,000. Oh, top industries invested in 2018. Okay. So, so Dan Crenshaw, this guy who's talking about, oh, only millionaires can have the job, has an estimated net worth of $2,459,000 and 16. So he himself is a multi-millionaire piece of shit. So when he says, oh, only millionaires, he's one too. So don't buy that. That's funny.
Number, right? Who senses the populist energy and then mirrors it, believing that this is what's going to help me connect with the people. Because what do the people want? Well, they want an easy button. All my problems will be solved if there's no stock trading. All my problems will be solved if there's term limits.
Yeah, actually, yes, because you're vampiric, parasite, fucking scum.
Yeah, but if you think about any of these things for 5 whole minutes,
oh, how dare you! The peasants want to take my money and influence. Oh, get away from me! I want to remain in power so I can send peasants to war. I'm Doug Crenshaw, the pirate fuck.
You might quickly come to a different conclusion. Now, again,
no, not really. You're a parasitic piece of shit, Warhawk like asshole. Again, thank you for your service, sir. But at the end of the day, you're still a parasitic piece of shit like the rest of them.
Yeah, what I vote for? Yeah, sure. Who cares? Who cares?
A lot of people care because the Americans currently, we're getting our asses like pounded. Right? Sorry for the imagery there, but We're getting pounded taxes, inflation. We have a government that's literally flooding our communities with like illegal aliens and criminals. The prices, the expenses of living is skyrocketing. And this guy's up here complaining, oh, you're only multi-millionaires. Oh, even though I'm worth $2 million fucking dollars. This parasitic.
Like it doesn't matter to me because I don't have any fucking money to put in the stock market.
He doesn't have any money. He's worth $2 million fucking dollars. And again, this isn't me going after Republicans. I'm a pretty fair targeted individual. If you're coming on here predicating to us how you don't have any money as you're worth $2 million fucking dollars, and you're complaining about the Americans wanting to rein in your political like parasitism, you're lobbying, you're cozying up with companies, corporations to line your fucking pocket. But that's Doug Crenshaw there. And that'll do it for this political video. So, there's your, you don't need any coffee here. If that didn't energize you and piss you off, then I don't know what will. Hopefully, you know, that's not needed, but that's it for this rant. Hopefully you found interesting, entertaining, maybe got a laugh and maybe spurg out about politics. So, thanks for watching. Take it easy. God bless. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I will see you next time.